Hey everyone, welcome back. It's good to see you. I hope you've had a good week and you've been keeping well. Don't mean to cause any of my Canadian subscribers any offence with this top, but unfortunately I don't have any Canadian teams hockey jerseys. It's been another busy week, so I'll keep this short, but I hope you enjoy the update. Thanks for watching everyone. It's quite a dingy, gloomy day, but the bonsais are all looking okay. The colours on this one are looking really nice at the moment. I like that. I don't think the camera's going to show the colour particularly brilliantly though. The only thing I've really done with the bonsais this week is repotted this one, which is a tree I inherited, so I didn't want to do too much to it. I've just put it at a bit of an angle. And as I say, we inherited this tree, so I'm keeping it pretty much as it is, and I tried to keep it in the same style with the rocks around the bottom as it was before I repotted it. But done that and took the rose out of there. There was a little rose in it as well, which I just whipped out. So hopefully that should do a bit better now it's on its own in a pot. You can just about see here the first conker's just about to break the surface there. So our first conker tree's growing there. And then we're pretty sure now that these are oak saplings, acorn seeds coming up here. And then these are definitely more crabapple seeds coming up. This one seems to be budding, so that might have taken. So that's looking good. Then the obligatory quick check-in on the other bonsai. All starting to look nice. We've been putting these outside on warm days now and bring them in to the conservatory on gloomy days and then overnight. The only one I'm a bit concerned about is this Japanese pepper. I'm considering repotting him because he's a bit pot bound, but I'm not sure. He only seems to be growing growth at the back here. Some of this grew and then died straight away, so I don't know if I'm over watering him or if he needs repotting, but I'm definitely keeping a close eye on that one at the moment. Now, when I had the covers off the other day, off the main pond, I noticed that this guy wasn't looking too happy or doing too well. He's still not looking that happy or that well. So I whipped him out. And also, that's the one that we had in quarantine before. So he still wasn't looking brilliant. So he came out as well. But basically, they weren't looking great, so I've whipped them out. I've set up a quarantine tank in here in the garden room with the heater next to that to try and get the temperature up a little bit. But the main thing, first of all, I want to give a massive shout out to and thank you to Chris Stubbings as ever for all of his advice and help with these two fish and advising me on what to do. But basically what I've tried is I've given them both a week salt bath to begin with and then put them in here to quarantine. I'm going to attempt to give them the higher level tonic dip shortly, and hopefully that will help, and see if that makes any improvement. Sorry, I'm rambling a little bit here. And then get them back in here to quarantine. I then plan to treat the entire pond with pond salt to give that a go, and then we're gonna also use some potassium in there as well. But basically I've got these two that aren't looking great. I haven't got a microscope, so I can't do scrapes at the moment. If anyone local to me has got a microscope and the knowledge to do scrapes, you're more than welcome to come down and visit and do some for me. I'd really appreciate that if you could. But basically we're going to try a couple of salt baths on these guys. Salt bath on the main pond, some potassium permanganate, if I've said that properly, in the main pond, and hopefully that'll sort everything out. But I didn't want them staying in there, and I didn't want you thinking I'm not doing anything to address the fact that I've got the poorly fish. And the salt bath should also help to clear up the koi pox. But I'm going to keep doing this for a couple of days, and then probably as soon as I can get the cover off properly and give the bottom of the pond a good vac, I'll get in there and I'll give that the salt treatment as well. But that'll probably be in next week's episode now, to be honest. Touch wood, in general, the rest of the fish all seem to be doing pretty much okay as normal. It's just those problem couple, but I am going to get out and treat the rest of the pond. I'll treat the whole pond, treat everything. There's no point in just treating 2 of them. You've got to treat all of them as if they've all got the same, and it should help clear up their koi pox. But on the whole, no real major problems here with the fish. So just a quick check-in on them today. They're all okay. Right, updated plan of action then, because I've got some more advice and this is the best thing to do. So I'm going to treat the koi vat as well with the potassium permanganate. Still don't think I'm saying that properly. I'm going to treat these 2 in here with that first thing tomorrow morning. I know I've got to do it. I'm being so nervous and apprehensive because I've never done this before and I'm quite scared about doing it, but I know it's about the well-being of the fish, so I need to push myself to do it. And please don't destroy me in the comments, but I'm going to take it slow and carefully. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the potassium treatment in here first thing tomorrow morning so that I can monitor it, give myself the longest time to monitor it throughout the day, and hopefully the next update bit should be me doing that. But I'll keep you posted and I'll let you know what happens as I progress. See, they're not looking too happy really. Hopefully we can get him better by doing this though. We've been continuing to clear this area of the garden. There was a bit of fence there and something growing all up this shed. The shed doesn't look brilliant. We've come to the conclusion this shed's probably going to go and we're going to replace it with a new shed, slightly longer to fit in that space better, but we've still been working and clearing around here over the past week.
We can also tell these are toads due to them being lumpy and warty as opposed to slimy and smooth skinned like frogs would be.
And we took another trip to the garden centre and bought ourselves a load more of these big terracotta pots, because our long-term plan for this year is to change all of the plastic pots that went around the garden to terracotta pots, because we think it would look nicer and it's more sustainable, etc, etc. But we're going to change all of these to terracotta of varying sizes, and then all of our plastic pots are going to come over into this area and this area, and that's where we're going to grow all of the fruit and vegetables. So this is starting to come together slightly. It's got the pots around here. We've got some raspberries in pots now, and we put that planter on the wall, which we quite like. It really fills a gap there, looks quite nice. And then we planted some strawberries in over here. But as I say, the eventual plan for this area this summer is this whole area should be filled with pots full of fruit and veg. So it doesn't look like much at the moment. We're still clearing it and putting stuff into the skip. But watch this space, and that should continue to grow and change. And the black currants and the red currants will be going in that area over there when we're done. Okay, it's Thursday morning. I've done all my calculations, so worked out there's about 260 litres of water in there. So we needed 0.2, we need a quarter of a gram of potassium to treat that, to give it its treatment. So that's bubbling away for its 20 minutes in there. It's got about 3 minutes left to go, and then I'll add it in there. Before I did it, I did a quick pH test on the water. I don't know how well it will show on the camera. I did a quick pH test on the water in the vat, and it's between sort of 7.5 and 8, so it's a little bit high, but perfectly within the safe range to do this. So just going to wait for that to finish having its 20 minutes, then bite the bullet. I'm going to add that to this water and watch it very closely. That's had its 20 minutes now, so it's time to bite the bullet and add it to the quarantine tank. So we'll do that now. Get the air rocks in there first, and then hope for the best. I have got, in case of emergencies, I brought in the bleed valve, well, the bleed line from my main air pump on the main pond, so I can chuck that in there if I need to get some more oxygen in there. But I'm going to leave that as a standby. Alright, here we go then. I should also say that the filter the pump that's in there hasn't got any filter media or anything in there. That's just in there to circulate the water a bit. Doesn't look very strong. I hope I put enough in. But I'm now going to spend the next little while keeping a very close eye on these guys. As I say, it's Thursday afternoon, so I doubt I'll be able to show you the full process of this in this video. But don't forget to watch next week, and hopefully I won't have killed my fish by then. We're about an hour in. You can't really see the water. You can't really see the difference in the water, but I can tell by the naked eye that it's still in there. Fish are perked up slightly, so it appears to be working and no drastic effects yet. Keep a close eye on it though. They do seem to be perking up and appreciating it a little bit. Quick check on the turtles then.
They're all okay, no problems. I did notice some what I thought was interesting behaviour this week. So they're forever moving everything in their tank around, but where I thought they were just being pains, what I actually think they were doing was cleaning their shells, because I've never seen their shells looking in such a nice condition, and I haven't done anything to them. They've just polished them up themselves, I think, but I think they gave their shells a little bit of a clean. Repeated myself a lot there, but they're doing great. No problems here. Corey's doing okay. No problems to report with him. Vertigo11 asked me to talk about my filters on this tank and on my turtle tank downstairs. I'll probably put that in next week's video for him, but if you want to hear about the filters on these two tanks, just watch next week's video, hopefully.
There we have it then, another busy week over, and as I say, I'm going to keep working to try and hope those fish get better. I hope they do, and I'll keep you up to date with what I'm doing there and keep you posted on any progress with them. All that's left to be said then is, if you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the like button as well next to it. And you can also follow me on Instagram, just search for Lampy Mallard. I'll see you in the next one, everybody. Take care.